So, as I've been coaching teachers recently, sometimes teachers ask me questions about math. And in particular, how can I get my students to slow down and really think about math story problems? Well, Christina did a great video on finding the story within the problem and using the somebody wanted but so then graphic organizer for math. And I think that's brilliant. And it was game changing at the school that I was at. But I've also thought of another strategy to use in combination with this strategy, and it's called using numberless word problems. Have you heard of this? Numberless word problems are where you take the numbers out of the problem. I just put like blank lines where the numbers would go. And it forces the students to slow down and think about the story. So many times, students will just add the numbers together or subtract or multiply and not even read the problem. Do you have students like this? Math guru Robert Kaplinsky even did a whole video, and I'm going to include the link on this email about this. He used 8th grade students and he videotaped them, and they weren't even reading the story problem, and they were coming up with crazy answers because they weren't thinking about the story. And so this really slows them down. So what I've done with when I create these is I'll use the teacher's name in the class, student names. It kind of draws them in, content that we've been studying about, books we've read, field trips, and I'll write the story problems using that setting. And just put blanks where the numbers would go. Then once we think about it and we use the somebody wanted but so then organizer and think about what we would do, then I put the numbers in and we eventually solve the problem because they need that computation practice as well. But this just really slows them down, and it was very powerful to use in the school that I was at. I have a whole bank of these too from a website that I'll include it with this email too if you want to see examples or use those. But I also love the idea of creating our own and using our own student names and things that are going on in the classroom. But these are some ideas of how to get your students to slow down and think about the story within the problem.